Hello YouTube, we're going to attempt to polish this hammer up to the best shine we can get. Some of my long-time subscribers probably remember this project. I got this hammer in a box of stuff. You can do this. Sledgehammer heads, an Estwing shingling, or sheetrock hammer. This was in there. And I got this all from 805 Road King several years back. We just did a wire brushing on it. We are going to attempt to use some of these little sanding discs and various stuff to put a polish on this. And I remember telling everybody one time that I had a box of this stuff somewhere. Well, there's all buffing stuff, buffing compound, all kinds of, these are all different sanding discs. This one of these is thin cutting disc. That's why there's a T on there, but I tried to mark the stuff. So, and we have an arbor for these there and here somewhere. Didn't have a thing for that. These were all spilled out, and I just got through picking them up. But there you go. There's another box of junk that I found. I had way up on my shelf. So we probably won't show much in action. It's just hard to do. I mean, you're watching me do that, and I'm sure you've seen people use a Dremel. But we'll bring you back time to time there and tell you what the progress is. Like, say we'll do the course and then we'll show you real quick. So stay tuned. So this is not a real long how-to video. It's not a restore, it's just a redo the way I want it with my paracord handle. This probably weighs about a pound. I have a 12-ounce hammer, and I'll show you. It came out of the garbage. We was cleaning up after a guy moved from a place, and I snatched this before I went in the garbage. I have cleaned the handle. So this is a 12-ounce Estwing with the leather. The leathers were gone and shot, so I didn't rip up a good hammer before somebody screams at me. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll get this thing done yet. Okay, we're going to do this out the tripod because it's easier. You see these marks in here? I tried a Dremel brand, of course, didn't work. Okay, and I was trying these cheaper ones, of course. They weren't too bad, it was still doing the same thing, so we went to a medium. Okay, I've been stacking these two together, because anymore it doesn't work. But see what happens after a while? It just blows it out of there. Even with that little red washer. When these come, there's a little red, see, you can barely see it, there's a little washer goes on there, okay? Now what we're going to try to do, we only have one of these left, so we don't want to wear it out until we get more. We're going to try to take some of these marks out, right here. And we might be able to get this polished enough where we don't have to use that polishing compound with the little white buffer wheels. So we're going to try that. This was very hard to do. I've tried going this way with the same little disc and down there. It's very hard to do that. Even harder than this. This is a little more of a curve. Had a big gouge here, so I tried using this. Beware of doing that. It took forever to get rid of the marks I made. That's just going to have to stay in there. That's not a crack, that's just a scratch. You're never going to get all these pits out of here. It's just an experiment, you know, to see what we can do with it. But we're never going to get those pits out of there. Got some tape on here to protect everything. So, we don't want this to be a real long video. Some of these videos might get long as I'm doing some of these projects. Like this may be done with something really aggressive first to get that claw looking better. As far as inside of here, we may not even do the inside of that. May or may not. Like I said, this is all just an experiment. Here's the before side. You can see a little bit where I did down there. So that's the before side. They both looked exactly the same. And here we are so far. So let's talk more work. We're going to try this, and then we'll come back after showing this. This is that rubbery emery wheel. Now they make these, if you hunt online, I think the company could be Kradex or something. They make these for your big 6-inch grinder at home. And I'd like to have a 6-inch grinder just to use this type of stuff on it to polish things. So we may invest in something like that in the future. So stay tuned. Okay, we tried some fine discs and the emery, and the fine disc and the medium almost was better than using this because this made it look smeary. So we took some of this compound, we stick in there at low speed. You can see where it melts into there. We have some of these we have to throw away, they're dried out. There's some kind of oil goes in there. but that left it smeary looking. You can see in some spots. I'm trying to find when it looks the worst. Kind of off in here. What's that smeared look? Can you see it show up right there? And I took rubbing alcohol several times, and you think it would get it off there. So I think we're just going to stick with the sandpaper and maybe use this in some spots. This we may get aggressive. Ooh, don't bump the camera. Might get aggressive with the sanding roller thing. You know, get pretty aggressive and get that out of there. Around the top of the hammer. So there you go. We'll bring it back when we're done. We showed you about the basic stuff we're using. Just the most simple stuff out of a Dremel kit is what we were experimenting with. No big buffer wheel or anything like that. So we did take this to a big wire brush that would have been in the drill, because we don't have a bench wire brush. So it would have been a 3-inch or so wire brush for my drill when we'd done this a few years back. But anything will be better than this. It's just a hammer. It's not going to be on display anywhere. So it's all just an experiment. So stay tuned. We'll bring it back when we're all done. Okay, this is about what worked the best. Like inside the claws on the top of it, all across here, this worked great. The newer the better. You can get them in finer grits. This worked the best for polishing. I know the little sanding discs were good for getting in little nooks and crannies. Get a view here. But the problem with the emery is, see these lines? There's almost no way to get rid of them. I mean, you can try to go fast. I try to go on the edge like this. I may go like this, like say I'm doing the head. But stuff like this, I try to get a little bit of an angle. You can almost see how that's wore. But you can't really get rid of them. I mean, when you look at it like this, sure it looks nice, but I wanted to show that. You'll still see that stuff in there. Unless you have a buffer with buffing compound, I don't think you could ever really truly get rid of that stuff. Because I've tried every direction, and the handle was really hard to do. Because you're kind of limited of what you can do. You know, you can either go, you don't want to go up and down like this, you'll definitely bruise. I even tried kind of at an angle, and I tried higher speeds and go real fast. I had my best luck going a high speed with it. Don't want to wind it up too far all the way. I mean, that what I have, it's not a Dremel, it's upside down. It's just as good to me. I put this thing to a lot of use. I have a video when I first bought it, so if I could look back, I'd put it in the description of how long I've had this. But there you go. That's what we get. I said, when you ever do the head of a hammer, go different directions. Go 8, 12 different directions. You do not want to get that off when you do that. I mean, go every direction you can. And I kind of went swirly with the emery thing. Sorry I'm moving out of camera here. I'm moving 2 hands. Sorry about that. That's terrible. There you go. I'll leave you a couple of pictures, and thanks for watching.